Welcome back to the CNT podcast. I'm Justin Mark,
And I'm Tommy Terrio.
and today we will be talking about the MLB award predictions for this year. But first, let's take a quick look at card of the week. I will be doing card of the week this week with not one of my cards. This card comes from my brother's collection, which is this Ozzie Smith rookie card. Now, it doesn't really say, it does have the rookie card emblem because it wasn't in that time there. It's the 1979 tops, and you can see my brother has it in a mag. It's a very cool card, and the PSA 10's worth, I believe it was 20,000. So, it's just a very cool historic card for a top 20 player of all time and a top 3 shortstop of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he's an amazing player.
He is great. And like I said, just a super cool Padres Ozzie Smith card, one of the few.
Yeah.
So now let's take a look at the MLB awards. Tommy, why don't you lead it off with your AL Comeback Player of the Year?
So, okay, I'm bouncing back and forth, and it's going to be kind of hard. I probably shouldn't have worn. This is the blank back Orioles jersey. I probably shouldn't have worn this. Some people are going to be saying Trey Mancini, and I respect Trey Mancini so much. Coming back from cancer and performing at a high level, hats off. If I had a hat to take off, I would. But that being said, Mitch Haniger hit the second most home runs of a player coming back from injury in a season, second only to Willie Mays coming back from war. I mean, that's something special.
It pains me. It pains me to say this. Like you just said, I love Mitch Haniger. He's probably my favorite player in the league because for me, at least for me, my favorite player has to be on one of my favorite two teams. But as great of a year as he had, he's the most underrated player in the league. He's not the comeback player of the year. It's Trey Mancini, like you said. He came back from cancer. You can't beat that. And whether you think it's going to be Mitch, MLB is most likely going to give it to Trey Mancini. And that's who I think it should go to. As much as it pains me, as much as I love Mitch Haniger, Trey Mancini simply came back from something bigger and he wasn't as good as Mitch was, but what he came back from was much bigger and more important to what the comeback player of the year means than what
See, I
Mitch
value
did.
I value the awards slightly in a slightly different light. So I see it as like you have to have the combination of the two. You have to have a combination of coming back from something and high level performance because that's the true that's what truly signifies a true bounce back, if you will.
Yeah, and Trey Mancini did bounce back. He had a great year.
I feel that with Mitch's better year, I feel like it overwhelmed. Like I'm not gonna undersell like
I'm gonna
what
get a
Trey
lot of hate
Mancini
for
went
this. I'm
through.
gonna get a lot of hate for this. Mitch Haniger has a better case for MVP than comeback player of the year. If you look at the stats, he had a similar hitting year to Ohtani, and I would say he'd be ahead of Ohtani if Ohtani didn't pitch.
Very, very bold, but
It is both, and I'm probably wrong, and that might be a little bit of bias. Like I said, Mitch Haniger is probably my favorite player, but if you look at the year, he had, I believe, one or two less home runs and more RBIs, and a higher on base percentage, I believe. He just simply had a similar hitting year, if not better hitting year than Ohtani did.
yeah,
I would still take Vlad over Mitch for MVP. I think Mitch should be in the top 5, though. He had a great year.
there's a discussion to be had there. I mean, it remains to be seen. There's certainly
We'll get
something
into
to be said.
MVP later. Let's look at NL Comeback Player of the Year.
Okay. Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
I think mine's pretty clear. He was on my fantasy team. He was absolutely amazing. Buster Posey. And any of the Giants' old core could do it. And all three of them, Belt, Posey, and Crawford. I think that Posey deserves it the most, especially missing all of last year. Granted, due to different circumstances than Mitch and Mancini. Like he chose to sit out because of COVID. But that being said, I mean, he came back and said, I still belong here. He kicked out one of the best players in baseball. And we're back. Sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but as I was saying before that happened, Posey I mean, Joey Bart was supposed to be the next big thing. Wasn't doing great last season, but he was still doing pretty well, and he just sent him right back down to AAA. So I think he's comeback player of the year in my eyes.
Mhm. I have the same Russell Posey. What you were saying about fantasy is you drafted him. I checked. You drafted him in round 15 because I think you forgot about your catcher, and you came away with the best catcher in fantasy.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But there is someone who finished one game better than you in fantasy. Me. There are other people who finished ahead of you too, but I was one game better than you. Meaning, when we do our draft episode and live stream, you'll have one pick before me.
There we go. There we go.
Well, so let's get back on topic. Buster Posey, yeah. He was considered done. He was a last start. He was not the first start when you would think top 5 catcher in baseball. Everyone thought it was Joey Bart's time, but Buster Posey came in and took the starting job right back.
I gotta say, respect to him, like coming back, even if he was working out, which I know he was, even though he was working out and doing all this other stuff to prepare to hopefully come back in 2021, it's still not the same mentality and everything else.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, who was your AL manager?
So for my AL manager of the year, I'm going with one. I think it's way, way too easy to just say, okay, the Rays, Astros, or White Sox, they had top level, or sorry, be just Rays and Astros. La Russa was too polarizing in that team, but that's not the point. So I think it's too easy to give it to one of the top teams. I think it's Scott Servais. You're going to give me some hometown bias, but hear me out. Hear me out. So Scott Servais led a team 20 wins over their expected win total with a superstar level player in Kyle Lewis out for the majority of the season, with a pitching staff that relatively underperformed. The starting pitching staff pretty much underperformed. I'll just say it. So I think the fact that he was able to turn that ship around and say, hey, we're going to 162 with a chance to make it to 163. That's something special to me.
That take is absolutely outrageous for me, Tommy. I have the same take. Did you look at my list before we started? Scott Servais is easily the AL manager of the year. He took the Mariners, who were projected 70 wins, nowhere close to playoffs, and took them to a game where if they had won, they would have a chance at playoffs.
Something special.
Where'd you put your little secret camera where you can see my list all the time? Where'd you put? I wanna get rid of it so you stop copying all my takes.
It's in one of the pictures behind you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, which one? The D or one of the Mitches? Which one is it?
See, guys, this is my angle to get these pictures. I mean, okay, so what are we transitioning
How do you
into?
always have the same take as me? And I know for a fact we are going to have the same NL manager of the year because it's pretty obvious. So why don't you say who yours is?
Okay, so like you said, NL manager of the year, it's clear cut. Gabe Kapler, manager of the San Francisco Giants. If you want to look at the two teams that did way better than they should have, it's the Giants and Mariners. I mean, the Giants were the first to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100 wins. I can't think of the last time somebody did that. That's amazing to me.
I think the Cubs might have done it in 2016.
It probably did. I don't know. That Cubs team was something special.
It was easily the best team in the league.
Time for reminiscing later.
Gabe Kapler. Tommy already hit it over the head. Apparently he really does look at my list here and always knows what I'm about to say, because we've only had one different take and it was a toss up that we could have both either gone either way with Mitch and Trey. He said it all. Gabe Kapler took a team that wasn't supposed to be great, and they were the best team in baseball in the regular season.
Another accomplishment of note when it comes to their win total is they were the first team to hit their over on their win total. Just something of note.
Because their win total was so low.
Yeah, their over under was 77 wins, and they got 30 more.
If I was a sports bettor, I would have probably betted the under on that.
Yeah,
they did not look like a good team going into the season. I'm pretty sure I projected them to have less than 60 wins at the start of the year. Also, hold on. always bet against me when I make predictions. I've not gotten a single postseason prediction correct.
Yeah, I mean, or me.
And I
I
will
mean,
say, I'm not
I've
just
gotten
saying this.
very little right.
You can check with my brother. I originally predicted the Red Sox to win, but I got talked out of it because the Yankees were the straight team and JD Martinez wasn't playing in the wild card. And I had the Brewers beating the Braves. No, I had the Braves beating the Brewers originally, but then thought, oh, I'm just being biased because I hate the Brewers as a Cubs fan. But and the pitching was great, which it is. And so then I went and switched it the day before I posted it from Red Sox winning to Yankees winning, and from Braves winning to Brewers winning, and I got both of them wrong because I switched it the day of.
I'll just chill. You can have as much time as you like. I'll just hang out. I
Well, yeah, I'm
mean,
pretty sure you've only gotten one pick correct, maybe two. You're not
you got me
doing too
too.
hot either.
Oh no, but I can rest on the fact that I've gotten two more than you have.
Always bet against me when it comes to predictions.
Sound financial advice too, just later on in life.
Who's
Okay.
your rookie of the year?
AL or NL?
Yeah.
AL, it's the Wunderkind, Wander Franco. I mean, I'm not sure. I've heard it, but
Ah,
pronounced both ways. But I mean, this is my chance to say I was wrong. This is my chance to say I'm sorry. This is my chance to apologize publicly to Wander Franco. I was saying this kid isn't worth it. He had his great he came out, he came up and it was like, hey, look, I'm really good at the whole thing like that we call baseball. I'm really good at it. He hits a home run in his first game. Great. Everybody's like the Franco hype train is electric. Everybody's hopping on. And then he decided just to go in like a 20 game hitting slump. And at that point, he was like, yeah, you know what? That Tommy guy, he's really getting on my case here. I gotta turn this ship around. And he turns it around. What did his streak end at?
like
How many games?
60, 67 or something. I'm not sure.
Either way, I mean, hats off to him. Again, if I had a hat, I would take it off, but I mean, it's something special.
See,
Here,
here's where
wait,
I differ.
I got you. Hat,
Oh, I
I'll take
thought
it off.
here's the Rocky fan wearing a Orioles jersey and an Orioles hat. Wow, real big Rockies fan you are. Which is the one team though better than to be a fan of.
What happened to the Pirates?
They're not even a major league team at this point. So here's where I differ from you. Here's where I differ on the Wander Franco. Wander Franco is a top 10 shortstop already, arguably top 5. But he's not the best rookie of the year. Not rookie. He's not the best rookie this year in the AL. He's going to be the best. Of all the rookies, he will be the best player. But like you said, he went on a slump. You know who someone who didn't really ever go on a slump is? Ryan Mountcastle, who was all around great and had 30 plus home runs, the most home runs of any rookie. Patrick Wisdom almost beat it, had like 27. But yeah, there you go again with the Orioles. Ryan Mountcastle had a better rookie year than Wander Franco because Wander didn't play as much and because of that little streak. And that's why I have Ryan Mountcastle as rookie of the year.
Interesting. I think for me, like I feel like at least in this instance, the totals are little swaying that a little bit. I feel like Franco, given the chance, would have had the better totals.
Yeah, but
if
he
given the
wasn't
full
there at the
season.
start like Ryan was, and that's a big thing. Like he qualified to be a rookie, but he didn't play nearly as much as Mountcastle.
There's definitely a debate to be had there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're done,
Who's
I
your
think it's
NL
unlike
rookie of
this
the
next
year?
one. I don't think there is one here.
Hmm?
Wait, no, he's a Cubs fan. He's going to make a debate, but it's
No,
Jonathan
no.
India.
Yes, thank you. It's Jonathan Indy. Simple as that.
What do you want me to say about this guy? I mean, he's amazing. Unfortunately, he plays on a Reds team that really was. I mean,
Take the Reds. But I do like Jonathan Indy, and I think the kid's going to be really good.
yeah.
However, Frank Schwindel and Patrick Wisdom should both finish in the top 7 in NL Rookie of the Year
Okay,
voting.
I was worried. I thought you were saying they were going to win. I thought you were saying that.
No,
I thought you were
they
about to
don't
say.
deserve to win, but both of them are top 5 rookies in the NL this year, and it's simple as that. In the last 2 months, Frank Schwindel was simply had a better hitting year, was better at hitting, than what's his name? Than Trey Turner. Like if you look at the stats, Schwindel was a better hitter in the last 2 months of the season than Trey Turner was.
That's pretty good there.
I'm excited for him to be at first. Especially with Trevor Story coming in to play third. Who's your AL Cy Young? I believe we have different opinions on this.
Yeah, I go Garrett Cole. He saw the scoff, but I mean, Garrett Cole finally just said, okay, wait a minute. I'm getting paid $300 million to pitch a baseball. I should probably be pretty good at it. So he decided, yeah, I'm just going to go pitch out. I think 3.23 ERA. I mean, what more do you want me to say? He played astoundingly.
Here's where you're right but wrong at the same time. He pitched good, but he had so many slumps. And what lost him the AL Cy Young was the fact that in his last 2 starts he gave up 5+ runs each, tanked his ERA, tanked his team, almost made him lose. He lost that AL Cy Young in those last 2 games. And you know who pitched good? Robbie Ray. He's amazing. And people just
Justin, I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm not sure if I'll get, bullied for wearing an O's jersey and doing this, but I'll put this hat on just for the moment.
Bro, no, you can't do that. That is not okay for you to do.
I have to honor the season that Garrett Cole had and how well
He
he
had a
played.
good year, but he had slumps. He had too many slumps. Robbie Ray's AL Cy Young. NL Cy Young, I believe we both have the same one. So
I think
let's
you need
say
to
it
go
on
first.
3. Let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Corbin Barnes.
Okay, go.
Corbin Barnes.
That's not it for me.
Who do you have?
Walker Buehler.
I was expecting you to have Corbin Barnes.
On a pitching staff of the Dodgers that has Max Scherzer, Julio Urias, and Walker Buehler, and he's the best one of the 3? Okay,
Corbin Barnes was just simply better.
please
I
go.
disagree with that.
Go. I know you have
Corbin
something
Barnes
you're
was
gonna
the
say.
best pitcher in baseball this year besides Jacob DeGrom, but he was too hot to win this award.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Jacob
simple as
DeGrom,
that.
even if Jacob DeGrom had a month more of playing time, like 4 or 5 more starts, he would have won it easily.
Yeah, easily. But Corbin Barnes was the best pitcher in baseball this year who qualifies for the Cy Young.
And that's where I just have to disagree with you, my friend.
And that is where you are wrong on your NL Cy Young take. It's easily Corbin Barnes. And I will get this on clip when we post it. And I will make a post when Corbin Barnes wins it.
Okay, sounds good.
AL MVP. We can just skip this part. Everyone knows it's Ohtani.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're proclaiming his overall legacy too much, but for this season, it's insurmountably Ohtani.
He singly had the best baseball year, the best year of baseball, the best season of baseball ever, arguably.
Arguably, yeah. I feel
He
like
was an all-star pitcher and an all-star hitter. He was a top 10 pitcher and a top 10 hitter. That's never been done
3
before.
hitter.
You can argue that Babe Ruth was the closest thing, but he never did it at the same time like Ohtani did this year. He had the best baseball season ever. Simple as that. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you touched them. You touched all the points.
Hats off to Vlad. Any other year you would win it, but
He would have won
when
it
Ohtani played like he
handedly
did.
any other year.
Any other year, it's Vlad easily.
Yeah. Okay. So last
Who is
one.
your AL MVP? Because I think it's different from who I have.
You mean I believe you mean NL?
That's what I said. I know.
Okay. Either way. Oh man. I've been going back and forth for weeks on end about who to put. It's down to 3 guys, and I believe we can all agree on who those 3 guys are. Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis. Agreed?
Okay. My pick is one of those 3.
I'm going with Juan Soto. I think, despite Justin's absolute hatred of the guy, I think he's a special player and is one of the few bright spots on a team that should be selling and was right to sell at the deadline.
I don't hate him. He is phenomenal, and he's only 22. I hate his little Soto shuffle. That's it. It's just, and I only hate it because of MLB The Show. Because every time I play against him in it, he does a little Soto shuffle, but it's a called ball when it should be a strike, and it just makes me mad. I don't hate him. I hate his Soto shuffle only because of a video game. And saying that out loud, makes me sound like I'm in the wrong. It's just like I throw a strike that's in the zone, but with MLB The Show, the umps are terrible like real life. And so it calls a ball, and then he goes, I just don't like it.
Okay, you do you, my friend.
I'm
You
fine
do
with
you.
it in real life. I just don't like it in the show.
You do you. What's your pick?
I have Bryce Harper, and here's why. Juan Soto, he had a better year. He was the better player. But that doesn't mean he's the MVP. Most valuable player. Emphasis on valuable. Bryce Harper was playing in the big games that the Phillies had. He was playing in games that mattered to get into the playoffs. But Juan Soto was down in the bottom end of the league on one of the worst teams. And that's why Bryce Harper is the MVP. Juan Soto had a better year, but Bryce Harper was the more valuable player. Juan Soto is the better player. Bryce Harper is the more valuable player.
Baseball's a team sport. I think it's completely unreasonable to say that Juan Soto, because he played on the worst team, it was his fault. I believe that's.
Oh, I'm not blaming that on him. That's not his fault that he was on the worst team. And it's not Bryce Harper's fault that he was on the better team. It just comes down to that he was playing in important games while Juan Soto wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to be the detriment to Juan Soto, to any case that you want to make for Juan Soto.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I have Bryce Harper as my NL MVP.
Good to know. Good to know.
That's it for this week's episode. I hope you all enjoyed.
Make sure to check out on Instagram.
Before we leave off, let's just show the Ozzy albums one more time.
Okay.
Beautiful card. Definitely not one you see every day. Super excited that I finally was able to use it for CNT.
Definitely. And as I was saying, we have a giveaway going on Instagram. So I'm not sure what the count's at right now. I don't know. It's 3 or 4 subscribers more.
You guys gotta subscribe. We're so close. I know you want to win it. These stickers are so limited. They're never gonna come back.
So just to recap, Justin, you have the stuff. Could you pull it out?
I think I already have it sealed up in the bubble mailer, ready to ship out.
There you go. So it's a Blake Taylor auto. It's a Blake Taylor, I believe it's a rookie, and then retro CNT sticker.
I can pull out one of the stickers because I still have a few. Get them while you can. They're gonna be gone soon.
So make sure once we hit 100 subscribers, we're gonna do a giveaway. I'm not exactly sure how exactly we want to.
It will be ran on Instagram. It will be ran on Instagram, and will probably be ran by just me.
Yeah,
but
probably.
You still have a chance no matter what. We are 4 away. I just checked. We're at 96. I mean, only 4 more people can enter. So do it before it's too late. Otherwise, you're gonna have to buy one of the retro stickers.
And then believe also if you repost the picture, it's another entry. Are we still doing that?
Yeah.
Still that promo
that's open until the giveaway is done.
Sweet.
That's it for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed it.